welcome to the Aquarian Mind Podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 211. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Mondays with Mello. Today we're talking about everything is time for me. And I'm going to explain that to you because when I'm done, hopefully it'll make sense for you guys. And it'll kind of push you guys a little bit more toward, okay, I've got to manage my time better. I don't manage my time the greatest all the time, but I'm getting better at it. Now, the acronym for time for me is time is money every day. And everything for me is on time constraints. From the amount of time I work out to the amount of time I'm spending writing blogs, how much time I spend recording podcasts, and the amount of time I spend writing books. Everything is allocated and structured so I get everything I need done. It's more about getting the job done more than anything. My downtime is there, but I don't like to waste too much of that either. There's a laser mental focus on everything that I have to do. I don't spend a lot of time hanging out with family and friends. And if I do, I know that I have to get work done before I go out. Or when I get home, I know that I need to get things done before I end my day. Sometimes when I'm riding in a car, I'm doing work. Or if I'm flying somewhere, I'm on my laptop, phone, or iPad getting things done. And when you're as driven as me, you'll do anything necessary to be productive. I've watched businessmen and entrepreneurs doing work when they're on vacation, on airplanes, at the office late at night. They're utilizing all the time they can get to get tasks done. Now, do I spend time on social media? Yes, but not a lot. Do I watch TV shows and documentaries? Yes, I do. And for good reason. Because I like to watch TV shows to see, because everyone knows, a lot of things that are put on TV shows, a lot of it is things that are going to happen or has truth to it. So I watch a lot of documentaries and watch a lot of TV shows to get ideas for content and for books and things like that. Believe it or not, a lot of my books have come from watching certain TV shows or, hearing of storylines of certain TV shows and documentaries, things of that nature. So, you'd be surprised to know that a lot of content that I watch on television gives me ideas. Sometimes even ideas for scripts and things of that nature. And I do watch sports. Yes, I do. The only difference is I'm multitasking. There's something being done while I'm doing those things. So if I'm watching a sports game, chances are I'm doing work. That's the majority of the time, which is actually pretty scary now that I think about it. I can watch a sports game and be writing a blog or thinking of a book idea or whatever is on my mind at the moment or whatever task that needs to be done. So yeah, I'm always focused on something and I'm always in the moment. And when I go to the gym, it's a short walk and it's not getting in the car and driving to the gym. So for me, that saves plenty of time of having to get myself prepared to go, then go, drive back, and everything else after the workout. So it's much easier to go to the gym at my complex, get a workout in, and be back in my apartment within 2 minutes time. And when I go for my bike rides and my basketball workouts, it's about 15 minutes to get to the park to get my workout in, an hour to an hour and 15 minutes of working out, and then I'm back home within 15 to 20 minutes. It's all time, convenience, and comfort for me with my workouts. And it's how I get things done and how I stay mentally focused on what I really want and need to do. And, there's 168 hours in a week, right? And I know that 35 of those hours are allocated to my full-time job. So I can live comfortably and be able to do the things that I want to do as far as my writing, my podcasts, and everything else in between. And the rest of those hours, I have to utilize wisely and be sure that I'm doing what I need to do to get to the next step in my career and in my life. So I'm very meticulous and calculated and honestly, I'm not expecting you guys to do everything that I do or anything like that. It's just making sure that I'm utilizing my time the best way possible. So I don't clown around. I don't BS as much as I used to. These past few years, I've had a very laser focus. I have tunnel vision, when it comes to my goals, and knowing that nothing's really going to slow me down or hinder me. There have been family things that have happened personally in my life that have slowed me down, but briefly, not for a very long period of time. And I'm always someone that knows what I have to do. And the biggest help for me, well, in the beginning of this whole ordeal, I was writing a lot of to-do lists, in small notebooks. And it was cool, and it worked. Then I shifted to my notes on my phone and writing to-do lists there. And now I have a widget on my phone. So every time I unlock my phone, there is a long list of all the things that I need to do. So it keeps me in line. It keeps me focused on what I have to do. And I'm not necessarily saying, go get a widget and put it on your phone and all that stuff. It's an app. It's called To-Do List. It's actually a free app too. You can create a to-do list and have it as a widget on your phone. You can have a small version of it, or you can have a wider version that takes up the majority of your phone. Oh, this is for people with iPhones. I'm quite sure there's an app like that for Android. I think the to-do list is also on Android also. I'm not totally sure. Don't count me on that. But anyway, what I'm really trying to say is that if you utilize your time in a good way, you will always be able to get things done in a timely manner, to be brutally honest. And as I get things done, I take them off my list, and then there are new things that come up that I have to do. So it's how I'm able to really do everything that I need to do on a daily basis. I always get asked by people. It's just like, yeah, I'm a writer, I'm an author, I have a podcast and YouTube channel, and on social media and all this stuff, right? And the biggest question I get asked is, how do you do all of this? How do you have all the time? And the biggest component is I have a 4-day work week. I mean, that helps immensely. But the other part of it is having to-do lists on a regular basis, and knowing that there are certain things that I have to do, there are certain things I need to do, and I'm good to go. Like, as I'm, recording this podcast, all of my blogs are written for the year. All of my books that I'm going to publish this year are written, edited, formatted, and on pre-order for all of the major bookstores, except Amazon. You guys know this by now. And my paperbacks are all set and ready to go. I got my proofs and looked at them, and missed one little thing on a book. It was a barcode. That's easily something that can be taken care of and done. I'm so caught up in things, sometimes I forget to do one little thing on a paperback, and I've done it. A previous book series, I forgot to put the book title and the name on the spine part of it. It happens. It's part of it. It's why I order proofs and I look through everything and make sure everything's in place and things of that nature. It's just part of it. But everything works out for me because I'm making sure that I'm utilizing my time as best as possible, and it allows me to have the downtime that I need to rest, recuperate, think, process, plan. And sometimes I go on my Apple Arcade and I play a couple of games, and I connect my iPad to my monitor and just have fun for a little while. It's okay to take that break and enjoy yourself. But just know that once you start getting on a wavelength of knowing what you want to do with your life and how you want to do it and why, When you figure out your why and you know your passion, trust me, the time is going to become very important to you also. Like, you're going to make sure that you get, the extracurricular stuff done, all the errands and the running around and things of that nature. You're going to make sure you get all of that stuff done. You're going to make sure you take care of your bills and the things you need to do. You allocate that short amount of time to do that. A lot of your stuff you have on auto pay and whatever it is, right? And then after that, you figure out what your family life is, things you got to take care of, things you got to do, and whatever's left within those hours, you utilize it and you go. And that's how I've been able to successfully write as many books as I have, and create and produce all the content that I do. So just know that once you dot your I's, cross your T's, and get your ducks in a row, you're off to the races. And with that said, that's my podcast for today. I thank you guys for listening as always. Be good, everyone. Everyone accomplish your goals.